Meghan's making it particularly worse for him.
A media firestorm erupted when Meghan's suspicious relationship with Markus Anderson was exposed, triggering a suffocating behind-closed-doors confrontation with Harry. Suspicion reached its breaking point when Harry pretended to be away from home, quietly setting a trap to investigate. What he uncovered left him utterly stunned, a meticulously calculated and ruthless divorce scheme. Meghan and Markus had been secretly crafting a plan to seize his entire fortune, take full custody of the children, and pin every ounce of blame squarely on him. Prince William and the British royal family were immediately dragged into a full-scale reputational crisis. Security teams, elite legal counsel, and emergency orders to freeze financial accounts were activated without delay. A brutal legal war and a bitter showdown over love, money, and power officially erupted, pushing one of the world's most scrutinized marriages into an all-or-nothing battle for survival. Will Harry be strong enough to turn the tables and win back his children before Meghan's carefully orchestrated media campaign succeeds? Or will he be completely destroyed by this merciless betrayal? Neighbors throughout the area were buzzing with intense speculation after unexpectedly spotting Markus Anderson, the creative director of Soho House, and Meghan's longtime close friend, secretly leaving her residence at 3 o'clock in the morning while Harry was away on business in the United Kingdom and Africa. The creative director's highly suspicious appearance during the quietest hours of the night immediately attracted widespread attention. The fact that another man was freely entering and leaving the private residence while Meghan's husband was thousands of miles away quickly became the hottest topic of conversation among local residents. At first, it was nothing more than suspicion, but before long, one neighbor quietly began keeping watch, recording videos of Markus making frequent and unusual visits. They even captured him waiting outside for Meghan and exchanging displays of affection that appeared far beyond the boundaries of ordinary friendship. As the days passed, Markus Anderson's pattern of movement became increasingly abnormal. The neighbor repeatedly documented his frequent appearances around the property. On several occasions, Markus patiently waited outside the residence for an extended period until Meghan arrived. The moment she appeared, the two immediately exchanged gestures and interactions that seemed far too intimate to be considered those of ordinary friends. Every photograph and video recording was carefully documented and preserved as evidence. The rumors quickly reached the British royal family, prompting a wave of online speculation over whether the monarchy already knew Harry had been betrayed. The information, fueled by the neighbors' recorded footage, spread across social media at astonishing speed. What began as scattered discussions in small online forums rapidly exploded into an international media storm that soon crashed directly into the British royal household. Members of the public and online communities relentlessly shared the videos while raising countless difficult questions directed at both Buckingham Palace and Kensington Palace. Everywhere, people demanded to know whether the royal family had already learned that Harry had allegedly been betrayed by his own wife, and how the monarchy intended to respond to this explosive public relations crisis. Faced with the surging wave of public opinion and the increasingly harsh questions from the public, how would the British royal family and Prince William respond? As public outrage intensified and an avalanche of questions poured in from every direction, Prince William, representing the British royal family, officially responded. Standing before the media and the international public, the Prince of Wales clearly and directly stated the palace's position. He issued an official statement to the press. "This is entirely a private matter between Harry and Meghan. The British royal family respects their personal privacy and will absolutely not interfere in the couple's internal family affairs." William's brief yet firm statement immediately sent a powerful message to the public, establishing a clear boundary between the official responsibilities of the British royal family and the private lives of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Prince William emphasized that any rumors, speculation, or issues surrounding Harry and Meghan's personal relationship should be recognized for what they truly were: private family matters that fell completely outside the palace's authority or responsibility to address. Behind that diplomatic yet resolute public statement, however, Prince William fully understood the level of damage this media storm could inflict. Immediately after delivering his official remarks, he shifted to a far more decisive internal course of action. William personally drafted and sent a confidential ultimatum directly to Harry and Meghan. In that private ultimatum, Prince William used exceptionally firm, straightforward language, leaving no room for ambiguity, as he demanded that the couple bring the situation to an immediate and definitive end. William wrote plainly in the document sent to Harry and Meghan, "The two of you must immediately resolve this entire situation on your own. I require Harry and Meghan to deal with these personal matters completely and without delay. Under no circumstances should any further controversy or scandal be allowed to spread and damage the reputation, honor, or standing of the British royal family." The entire ultimatum centered on imposing a clear deadline and unavoidable pressure on both Harry and Meghan. William stressed that the reputation of the British royal family was paramount and could not be compromised or dragged into unnecessary public controversy arising from the couple's private lives. The prince made it clear that the palace would not step in to shield them or handle any consequences created by these personal rumors. Therefore, the full responsibility for resolving the matter thoroughly, appropriately, and once and for all rested entirely with Harry and Meghan. Through both his direct public statement and the uncompromising language of his private ultimatum, Prince William made his position unmistakably clear. On one hand, he publicly rejected any direct intervention by the royal family. On the other, he imposed strict discipline, requiring Harry and Meghan to accept full responsibility and take immediate action to protect the shared honor of the palace. Faced with mounting public pressure and Prince William's stern ultimatum, how would Meghan and Harry confront one another to weather this escalating storm? As relentless public pressure mounted from every direction, Meghan quickly issued a public statement to the media in an attempt to calm the situation. She firmly insisted that she was completely innocent and claimed she had become the victim of a malicious scheme designed to frame her and destroy both her reputation and personal credibility. Her decision to speak out publicly was meant to reinforce the image of a wronged victim. Yet behind the composed expression she displayed in front of the cameras, a far more explosive conflict was unfolding inside the mansion. The moment they returned home, Harry and Meghan locked themselves inside a private room, completely cut off from the outside world, where a fierce and emotionally charged confrontation erupted. No longer able to maintain his usual composure or patience, Harry relentlessly questioned his wife about the photograph's video footage and leaked evidence that had spread across social media. Meghan, however, responded to his barrage of accusations with visible anger, categorically denying every allegation and insisting she was being falsely accused. She raised her voice and declared to Harry, "I haven't done anything wrong. Everything the media and the neighbors are talking about is nothing but a setup by people trying to frame me and destroy my reputation. You have to believe me." Harry, furious, fired back without hesitation. A setup. So the photos of Markus leaving our house at 3 in the morning and waiting outside for you were fabricated too. Then how do you explain those intimate gestures that went far beyond ordinary friendship? Meghan remained adamant, refusing to admit any wrongdoing. She immediately brushed the accusations aside and responded with unwavering justification. "Markus is nothing more than my longtime best friend. He only came over to help me with work while you were away. There's absolutely nothing unusual about how close we are. People are deliberately twisting everything and making baseless assumptions to destroy us." Although Meghan continued denying everything without showing the slightest sign of hesitation, Harry realized that something inside him had fundamentally changed. Deep cracks had formed in his trust, and he could no longer believe his wife as completely as he once had. Determined to uncover the truth behind the growing suspicions, he secretly worked with his private secretary to launch an independent investigation of his own. Harry devised a plan to pretend he was leaving on another extended overseas business trip, creating the perfect cover to closely monitor Meghan without her knowledge. Exactly as he had feared during the period when he appeared to be away, Harry personally witnessed Meghan repeatedly meeting Markus Anderson in an unusually intimate manner. His investigation did not end with confirming their secret relationship. Harry and his private secretary continued digging into Meghan's confidential activities, as well as her transaction records and private documents. What they uncovered completely shattered him. Harry was horrified to discover that Meghan had quietly spent a long time preparing an extraordinarily detailed and carefully calculated divorce plan. According to the plan, Meghan intended to take virtually all of the couple's shared assets while securing full custody of both children at any cost. To accomplish that objective, she had already drafted a comprehensive strategy designed to place the entire blame for the collapse of the marriage on Harry, portraying him as psychologically unstable and incapable of protecting his family. That narrative would then serve as the legal foundation for demanding an enormous amount of financial support from him. As for Markus Anderson, he was far more than someone interfering in their relationship. He had been actively helping Meghan establish strategic connections for the wealthy high society lifestyle she planned to enjoy once the divorce was finalized. Beyond that, Markus had already prepared himself to become a father figure to Archie and Lilibet in the future. Every brutal detail of the alleged affair and the meticulously calculated divorce conspiracy was fully documented by Harry and his private secretary, exposing the complete truth hidden behind Meghan's repeated denials. Now that Harry possessed the full devastating truth, along with evidence that could not be denied, how would he report everything to Prince William, and what would his next move be? After gathering a complete collection of undeniable evidence documenting Meghan's secret relationship, as well as her meticulously prepared divorce plan, Harry realized that he could no longer handle a crisis of this magnitude on his own. The matter was no longer simply a troubled marriage. It had become a direct threat to his reputation, his legal rights, and the future of his children. Fully recognizing the gravity of the situation, Harry decided to contact Prince William and report everything, seeking the most appropriate and effective course of action. During a tense private conversation between the two brothers, Harry carefully laid out every painful truth that he and his private secretary had uncovered through their lengthy investigation. He presented William with the recorded video footage documents showing unusual financial transactions and the detailed draft of the divorce plan that Meghan had allegedly prepared in secret. Speaking through visible shock and heartbreak, Harry finally confessed to his brother. "Everything is exactly as the rumors have been saying, William. I pretended to be away from home so I could set a trap. And I personally witnessed Meghan repeatedly meeting Markus Anderson in an unusually intimate way. But what's even worse is that I've discovered the entire divorce plan she'd been secretly preparing for a long time. Meghan intends to take all of our shared assets, create a narrative blaming the collapse of our marriage entirely on me by claiming I'm psychologically unstable, demand an enormous financial settlement, and take full custody of the children. I'm completely devastated. I don't know how to deal with any of this anymore. Please, tell me what I should do." After listening to his brother's full account and personally examining the extensive and highly detailed evidence laid before him, Prince William remained remarkably composed, although his expression reflected unwavering determination. Recognizing the immediate danger posed by the alleged asset seizure plan and the media campaign Meghan was preparing to launch, William wasted no time offering firm strategic guidance, walking Harry through the actions he believed needed to be taken. Looking directly at his younger brother, William said bluntly, "You have to stay calm, Harry. You need to be strong, and you need to be decisive. The very first thing you must do is move forward with the divorce immediately. You cannot hesitate, let your emotions take over, or keep holding on to a relationship that has already been built on calculation and betrayal. You have to end it completely." William did not stop at offering emotional support. He went on to outline the legal strategy and media response that Harry should implement without delay to protect both himself and the future of his children. He continued in a firm voice, "Next, you need to release all of this undeniable evidence to the public immediately. We absolutely cannot allow her to get ahead of us with a media campaign designed to destroy your reputation and place all the blame on you. The public needs to see the truth from the very beginning. At the same time, you must immediately order every personal account and every jointly held financial account to be frozen to completely prevent any attempt to transfer or conceal assets. Finally, I'll help you hire the finest and most respected legal team available so we can devote every possible resource to fighting in court and securing custody of Archie and Lilibet. Prince William's clear, practical, and decisive guidance helped Harry overcome the confusion that had consumed him, allowing him to see the only path forward. William stressed that taking the initiative by publicly releasing the evidence and moving quickly to freeze the financial accounts would be the critical steps needed to stop both the alleged campaign, portraying Harry as mentally unstable, and the supposed plan Meghan and Markus had devised to seize the family's assets. With his brother's unwavering support and direction, Harry regained his resolve, armed himself with a clear legal strategy, and prepared to return home to confront the truth and bring his marriage to a definitive end. Carrying Prince William's uncompromising advice, along with the complete collection of undeniable evidence back home, how would the final confrontation between Harry and Meghan unfold? Armed with the full devastating truth and a collection of undeniable evidence, Harry returned home to confront Meghan in an atmosphere so heavy and suffocating that it was almost impossible to breathe. There were no more excuses and no more denials. Harry threw the entire stack of documents onto the table, including photographs of Meghan with Markus Anderson and the draft of the divorce plan. The shocking truth instantly ignited the fiercest and most explosive argument the two had ever had. Meghan stared in panic at the documents detailing every aspect of the alleged asset transfer scheme and the media campaign she had supposedly prepared. Yet instead of admitting any wrongdoing, she erupted in anger. "You had someone secretly spying on me. You went through my private documents and are accusing me of all this insane nonsense. Harry, everything I did was to protect my future and the children's future from a family that's always tried to crush us." Harry looked at the woman who had once been his wife with eyes filled with disappointment and bitterness. Overcome with anger, he answered through gritted teeth, "Protect your future by secretly seeing Markus behind my back, by creating a plan to paint me as mentally unstable so you could take all our assets and strip me of my rights as Archie and Lilibet's father. And you call that protecting this family?" Meghan stepped closer desperately, making one final attempt to justify the actions she had been confronted with. "You have to let me explain. Markus was only helping me create a backup plan and build the connections I'd need for the future. I never intended to destroy everything. It was the pressure from the royal family and your inability to protect us that forced me to defend myself. We can still sit down and negotiate this. You can't treat me like this." Harry raised his hand, cutting her off. Whatever patience he had left had completely disappeared. Listening to Meghan's shifting excuses and relentless blame, Harry painfully realized that there was nothing left to save. Their marriage had fractured so deeply that no foundation of trust remained for a peaceful resolution. Looking directly into Meghan's eyes, he made the most painful and decisive decision of his life. "Stop it, Meghan. Don't lie to me or shift the blame for one more second. The truth is perfectly clear, and I don't have a single ounce of trust left in you. This is where everything between us ends. Pack your things and leave this house immediately." Meghan froze, unable to believe what she had just heard. She had never seen Harry so resolute. "Have you lost your mind, Harry? You're throwing me out of the house in the middle of the night. Do you really think you can do that?" Harry turned his back on her. His voice was icy, yet filled with overwhelming pain and bitterness. "I don't want to see you in this house for another second. I'm freezing every account, and I'll be working with my lawyers. Tonight you're leaving." Realizing she could no longer change Harry's mind, and that the truth had been completely exposed through the legal evidence now. In his possession, Meghan had no choice but to leave. As he watched the woman who had once been his wife walk out into the cold darkness of the night, Harry remained standing alone in the empty room. Although the collapse of the marriage he had once fought so hard to protect tore him apart, he never wavered. That very night, Harry stood by his decision and ordered Meghan to leave the house, bringing their tragic story to a definitive end. What do you think of Harry's unwavering response and Prince William's uncompromising advice to Meghan during this confrontation? In your opinion, what lessons and deeper insights does this story offer about trust, honesty, and the limits that should exist within a marriage? Share your thoughts with us in the comment section. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more. Also, click the next video showing on your screen. You will enjoy it.